What is going on, guys? Pat Chadwick here, back again with another video, and I've got a special video installed for you today. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do a one-arm handstand. So this will be based on my personal training experience and what I've done to unlock the one-arm handstand. Now, big shout out to Tayami for teaching me and inspiring me to start training for the one-arm handstand. Thank you very much. I love you. So when it comes to one-arm handstand training, you need to know that there are prerequisites, okay? So you need to be comfortable with balancing on your hands first. I say about 30 seconds, being able to do 30 seconds of handstand hold solidly for around 4 sets. So that means you jump up, you hold a handstand, 30 seconds, you can come down and you can hold another one for 30 seconds. So that's a prerequisite, that's literally it. Now, what I did was I trained the one-arm handstand almost every day for 20 minutes at the start of every single session. So why? This is because my body is most fresh and it won't be fatigued. And yeah, it's wise to train your handstand at the start of session rather than doing it at the end, because I do see some people who trains their handstand right at the end of the session and it just makes me think like, what the hell, bro? And that's just crazy. So as I mentioned, 20 minutes of one-arm handstand training, and I'll train around 6 sessions a week. but if you're a beginner, you can just start off with 4 and then gradually build up. So you can start adding a session in after a month, and then a month after that, you add in another day of training. So just to gradually develop and condition your shoulders and upper body strength for the one-arm handstand training. And the first drill when it comes to the one-arm handstand training is that jump into the handstand, I'll get into the straddle, right? And then I'll just shift my weight to one side, and that's it. I try to place, so with me, my dominant arm is my right arm, so I'll shift my weight onto my right arm so that I can feel about 60% of my body weight is on my right arm, and then 40% of my body weight is on my left arm. So this is just to really condition my shoulders to being able to hold majority of the body weight on a single arm. So I'll hold that for around 10 seconds and then I'll switch sides. And also when it comes to one-arm handstand training, I made a mistake of just training for my right arm only, because I just didn't really care about any other thing else. I just wanted to unlock it, so I just trained with one arm. And yeah, that has definitely helped me to unlock the one-arm handstand much more quicker than if I were to train with both arms. But then there's imbalances that I've noticed when I do the handstand now, because I was just practicing on one arm at a time. So my advice to you is to train both arms so that your body will be symmetrical. So if you do find this very challenging, like shifting your body weight to one side, you can just start with the back to wall. Okay, so jump into the back to wall handstand, go into a straddle, place your feet on the wall, and then just twitch to one side. So the same principle applies. So this will just get you used to the technique and the shift. But when you shift, you want to twitch your hips first, push through with your shoulders as hard as you can, squeeze your core, squeeze your legs, twitch to the side, and then just hold that for up to 10 seconds, followed by switching sides. Once you become more comfortable with just the twitching to the side, you want to start adding more load onto the arm by releasing the grip on your supporting arm to go on your fingertips, right? So this is what I've done. So I'll go on one arm, then go on my fingertip to support, and then this will put more weight onto my other shoulder, onto my working shoulder, okay? Again, you do both sides, so to the right and then to the left. Be patient. You maybe start at around this phase for about a month or 2. There's literally no rush, because you should really enjoy the journey, because the journey is often the reward. So as you become very proficient, so you can switch from one side to the other very quickly, I want you to just drop down to 4 fingers. Okay, switch side, 4 fingers. That means more weight will now be on your working arm. And then 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 1 finger, and then you get the point. So you just gradually decrease your fingers with it. So as I really experiment with it, every other random attempt, just be brave and just try to, if you're from here, all fingers, you can maybe try 3 fingers. And then a couple of weeks later or maybe a few days later, you try one and you're like, oh shit, I can hold it with one finger. So you really do surprise yourself, and I just encourage you to really experiment with it. And a good indicator of when you can move up to the next step is when you're able to do 4 sets, one back to back for around 8 to 10 seconds. So what I mean by that is, so say you're at the fingertip, right? You can hold it for 8 seconds for 4 sets back to back. That's when you know, oh, okay, you know what? I'm strong enough. I can move on to 4 fingers. 3, 2, and then 1. And now, once you're able to support yourself with 1 finger, so that's the goal, you will then start to learn how to dab off. So what I mean by that is you get into the 1 arm handstand, get onto the 1 finger, and then gradually push your finger off so that you hold a 1 arm handstand for a split second. So push off, and that time that you're in the air for about half a second, you then come back and then you dab onto the parallel or onto the floor, and just dab, just dab, just dab, just to create more body awareness within your muscles to increase proprioception. Just keep doing that and it will add up. And also when you push off, right, don't leave your supporting arm relaxed. You want to keep it tense. So this is what my friend Tayami taught me, and I've just literally learned how to balance from that. So rather than keeping it loose and tangly when you push off, you want to keep it semi-tense. Not like tense where you're like, oh, it's solid, but keep it semi-tense. And then this will, you can adjust your torso along with your wrist by, you know, twitching left to the right if you're using parallettes to find balance. So you just twitch and you just dab, dab, dab. Aim to be able to do 10 reps of dabs and switch arms. And yeah, that's it for the 1 arm handstand. That's literally it. So it took me about 8 months to unlock 10 seconds of 1 arm handstand. I know my 1 arm handstand is not perfect because it's mainly self-taught, well, from Tiami. I didn't really get an expert coach and hand balancing coach to actually come and help me. So I do apologize if my form is not up to your standards, those handstand coaches out there. But the point is that I'm able to hold the 1 arm handstand. So you train for 20 minutes of 1 arm handstand at the start of every single session that you train. So if you train 3 times a week, you do handstand training for 3 times a week. And this applies for every single session. So if you're doing legs, you'd fit in the 1 arm handstand right at the start of the session. And practice, practice, practice. It'll get frustrating, but the more you do it, the better you'll become. And once you start getting the split second hold or 2 seconds hold, even if it's by accident, it becomes really addictive. You'll be like, oh, this is actually so fun. And you just want to do more and more and more. Another thing, practice on both hands. Okay, so I'll take it in turns. So do right arm, and then if you need to rest, take a rest, and then I'll do it on my left arm. And rest about 45 seconds to about a minute in between sets. But what I did at the start was, because I've done it on 1 arm, right? Practice only 1 arm. I'll do 3 attempts, then I'll rest. So this has, massively improved my upper body strength, like my endurance, to be able to hold my own body weight. So thank you for watching, guys. If you do enjoy this, please don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. And do let me know what kind of videos you'd like me to produce next. Peace out.